I'm Jay, and today we're gonna make a ribeye in our fireplace pizza oven. Look at this nice piece of meat, okay? But we're gonna do it in a cast iron skillet. So what we wanna do is we wanna heat the pizza oven up. I'm guessing probably like 450 degrees. And we're gonna put the skillet in ahead of time so it can heat up. And then we're gonna cook it in there. We're gonna get it to about 145, which is medium. And then we're gonna pull it out, let it rest, and we're gonna show you what this thing looks like. But it really turns out nice in this cast iron skillet. So what I'm gonna do is very easy seasoning. I really like the W sauce. Usually you just put salt and pepper on this, but since I used this, I loved it so much. I wanna use this as just a small binder. You don't even have to put any binder on a steak like this. It's a really good cut of meat. So what we'll do is we'll just go like that. And then we're gonna get some here. Then we're gonna just take some salt and pepper. I'll start with the pepper. We'll put that on first. Some fresh cracked pepper on here. Just like that. Put some salt on here as well. I'll flip it and do the same thing. And that's it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go put the pan in the fireplace pizza oven, and we're gonna let it warm up, and then we're gonna sear this steak and show you how that works. Okay, so here we are out at the fireplace pizza oven. We had this thing go on just for about 15-20 minutes. We're at 450 degrees right now. So we're ready to sear the steak and get this thing going. So first thing we want to do is show you, I had the pan in here for about 10 minutes maybe, but I'll show you how hot it is. I'll just take a little quarter of butter and so it's just melting right there. So what we want to do is we want to take the steak, and we're just gonna, I don't even need the tongs here. We're gonna take the steak and we're just gonna sear it on both sides. So we'll let that in there like that, and we'll come back and check that in a few minutes and let that side get good and seared, and then we'll flip it, and then we're gonna add all the ingredients that we're gonna cut up here. So that's pretty much it. Okay, now that we have the steak in the pizza oven, I'm gonna show you what we do next. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take, I like shallots, so I'm gonna cut a shallot very thin, just like this. Dice it up just a little bit. Just like that. It's probably like a half a shallot. That's plenty for one steak. Then I'm going to take one whole clove of garlic, and you just want to smash that down like that. Just break it up and stick that in there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go about, I'd say almost a half. It depends how much butter you like. But we're going to put that in there. And the last thing is I got some thyme here. Not actual thyme, the plant thyme. So we're going to put that in there as well. I'll put a couple sprigs like that. Okay, so we're gonna check this ribeye here in a few minutes because we want to sear both sides real good. And after that happens, then we're gonna put this mixture in there and let it cook. And we're gonna keep an eye on the temperature because we want it about medium. Okay, so here we are. We had this steak in here searing for about 5-7 minutes, something like that. We're at about 500 degrees on our oven. If you keep the doors open like this, it's gonna keep that heat up there like that at higher temperatures. So let's check this out. As you can see, hear that? We're gonna flip that steak over, and we're gonna sear the other side. You can see it's smoking real nice. I'll give you a close up here in a little bit. We're gonna let that side sear a little bit, and then we're gonna bring out the butter and garlic and put that in, and then let it cook. And we want this to get to about 145, which is like medium. One of the reasons I'm doing the steak in here is because now you're going to get that smoky taste as well. Not like on a grill. A grill, you'll get the grill taste if you use charcoal or something like that. But we wanted to show that how you can utilize this oven with the oak wood. And that's what I'm running in here is oak. Okay, so it's time to add all these ingredients that we cut up in there into the mix. I'm gonna put the butter in, and the shallots, and the garlic. So we'll get all that in there. Get all that mixed around. I have this steak really good, and we're gonna baste it then in a little bit as well. So we'll let that just keep going here. We're about halfway done. I checked the temperature one time. It was at about 118. You still got a couple degrees to go. Keep your oven around 450, 500 degrees. And we'll see how this thing turns out. Okay, so we're gonna check on this. All the butter's melted real nice. I'm gonna bring you a little closer to see what this looks like. It's more like a prime rib. It looks really good, like prime rib. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna baste this. Just lean that and take that juice and just go over top of this. All that juice that we have in there with the herbs and everything, I'm gonna put them right up on top like that. And we're gonna let this sit here for a little while yet. But that's pretty much it. Let this cook for a little bit. We're still holding right at the 500 degree mark. We're gonna let this cook for a little bit yet, and we're just about done. Then we'll let it rest in the pan. It's gonna continue to cook a little bit in this cast iron pan. But we'll pull this out, and then I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so I just checked it. It has an internal temperature of 146, so it's definitely done the way we like it, which would be medium. But like I say, it's gonna keep cooking in this. So pull this pan, it will be very hot. Let me show you this with all the juice. Look at that. Now what I like to do is just take that juice and just go over top of it like that. I'll get it here in the video for you. Just kind of baste it like that. But you can see it smoking. We're gonna let this rest for a little while, and then we'll cut it up and show you what it looks like. Okay, so we let this rest for about 5 minutes or so. And what I want to do now, the pan's still very hot, so I just want to take it out. Yeah, put it there. And we're going to cut this up and see how this turned out. Like I said, this is more like prime rib. You could put a harder sear on it and then put it in the oven if you'd like, but I really like it like this. Let me grab a fork. We're going to cut this right down the middle. And I like to serve it this way as well. Just cutting it in strips like this. But yeah, that turned out, that's medium. Pretty much, I'll show you the juice that's coming out of the steak. Look how that is. And just the juice is just falling out of that. I'm gonna try a piece of this. I like it. And I'll tell you what, you can taste a hint of the W sauce we used, as well as the garlic and the butter and the shallots in there. That gives it a nice little flavor. But do anything you like with this. Man, this is really good. But and another thing I like to do, I like to take the juice that's left over in here and just put that right over the steak, just like that. And that just gives you such a good flavor. You don't need anything with this. Pretty much just do it right like that. And another thing you can do in the fireplace pizza oven, amazing things, just about anything. We're gonna keep doing these videos, keep showing you more and more things that we can make in here. Again, if you like what you saw here, just subscribe. And until next time, I'm Jay.